Willie's apartment. Let's go and grab Willie. What's that? Oh, what's... While we've been in the office, somebody's taken the door off the car. Cool. Right, going. Right, off we go again. Yeah, playing this on the PS4. Didn't realise there's a few levels that aren't in the PS3. Or the original PS3, I assume the DLC or something like that. You're just in the game. Yeah, the Reef of Madness and the Naked City, DLC, I think. So I can't cheat on these because they're not in the book.
187 at 5810 Murata Avenue. Homicide wants you over there. The coroner thinks the broad was whacked using the army morphine. Don't say anything, Roy. Just get over there.
Yeah, Roy. Why does it...
What's with that getup of yours, anyway? I should start introducing us as Detective Earl, and this is my science teacher, Mr. Phelps.
Your interest in my appearance is starting to get me worrying.
Like it or not, we're a dysfunctional couple now. People judge me with you on my arm same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
I really hope you're joking, Roy.
What's wrong with this suit, anyway? I'm pretty sure I've got the one that I'm supposed to have on. When I'm... Well, I say supposed to have on.
I'm going to memorize your name and throw my head away.
Charming. Right, okay. Take an extra dose of damage and stay standing. Sounds cool.
Knew it wasn't safe around here anymore.
Right, let's go.
Seem distracted.
Fire engine.
We recovered the morphine.
Nice.
Some of it might be unaccounted for, so what? That's life. We did our job.
Oops. Start.
Closing one case opens another.
Do you have any idea what is really going on while we're wasting our time following this stuff?
Are you going to tell me?
The deals being done right now will change the face of LA forever, and we're wasting our time on some hump.
Someone's little girl.
Visit the morgue at the end of the month when the John and Jane Does are cremated. Their percentages. The odds for and against lightning striking.
Nice. Such a nice man, Roy. Yeah, I usually edit most of the driving out because it's, while it's good fun, I'm not very good at it. But to start with, they tend to get a bit of story, so... Is this where we're going? I think this is where we're going. Yeah. I will get the fire truck later.
Second floor. Apartment 6.
Apartment 6.
In the back.
Apartment 6.
Thanks.
Never. Oh, second floor. We've got to go up the stairs. Yeah. Right. It's always the highest floor. Furthest room away. Oh, hang on. He said second floor, didn't he? Let's... Oh, anyway.
Bukowski, you made homicide.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps.
You two want a hug?
Hey.
How can we get on with it?
I think that.
Relax, Rusty.
26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
and look at all the things you've missed. Hello. Oh, I remember this.
This is all top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look.
There's a pretty girl. I think this is
a modeling assignment. It's a place to start.
Pardon me. My Italian made me throat go. Dassini. Keep me company. Ask for Mrs. Randall, Julia. Okie dokie. Ooh, oh dear.
Phelps?
Val, we've had a look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
May I took a look?
Be my guest.
No foam.
Take a closer look at her head and neck.
Okie dokie. Ligature marks or something.
Her neck is bruised pretty badly.
Hmm. At least they've covered the boobs up this time. Oh, big chunk out there.
Bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Very good.
Very unusual ring.
I could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire. The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
And spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
Okie dokie.
Quality English smoking jacket. I don't know anyone under 45 who would wear one.
Well, I'm 46, so I should probably get on then. It's quite cozy. Ooh. Barbiturates. Shift right. Oh, get out of the bleeding way. Oh, it's weird, this game, sometimes. Right.
Barbiturates. What else is rattling around in this thing? We should speak to her doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster.
Well, that's what they do, isn't it? Oh, right, there's the music. There's the all clues found music. So I was going to talk to this lady. I always get everything wrong.
I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact. Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
Oh, what does that mean? Benzodrine. I don't know.
I can't stand around here all day waiting for you. Her face beneath the water? I need to do something.
Yeah, well...
What are you hiding here, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia was obviously disturbed about something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, probably got this wrong, but...
If you were any kind of a detective, you would be trying to blame all this on Miss Julia.
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
Oh, she... Right, well, I'm gonna... accuse again.
Why are you lying to me, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia had men stay here.
I will not speak ill of the dead. You can't prove that.
Why has she been so cantankerous, though?
Who owns the smoking jacket?
Right, nice one.
I would like to tell tales, you understand. That's Mr. Henderson's. An older man, very distinguished looking. He seemed very much in love with her.
Where would we find him?
I'm sorry. I don't know. He said he lives in San Francisco.
At least I got that right. I'm doing it again, I still get them wrong.
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
Well, she was on Fetterman, and she said, I'm going to accuse her again just for the sake of it.
You're hiding something, Mrs. Reynoldson. There's something about Julia's past that you don't want to tell me.
And how do you come to that conclusion, young man? What makes you think I know anything about her past?
I've obviously got the wrong thing.
You are being very crass, young man. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know you're trying to protect Julia, Mrs. Reynoldson, but it won't help us solve the case. Julia can't be hurt anymore. Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm with Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
Oh, yeah, I remember. What, can I not just bloody look at it? What? Oh, there we go. Oh, this is stupid. They drive me nuts then.
Mal will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
I think our work is done here.
Okay, pretty annoyed that I didn't get them questions right. I'm doing it again so I could get the questions right, so I'll know what's going on later. And I still get them wrong. And I don't think you can just do that again. Anyway. Just have to pay attention. Well, we'll do it in order. There we go. Da segni di resto.
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
Dead.
She was found dead this morning.
Yeah.
How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Right, so leaning back and staring.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Blankly into space
Husbands
means good
sometimes
cop.
come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look?
Yeah. Bit nosy. What? Okay then.
That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you. How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Okay, yeah. Oh, good cop, yeah.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is.
Bo Peep.
Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Good stuff. Informed of Mr.
Are Miss
Henderson.
Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
Straight up.
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
Oh.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Fair enough.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
We do like to make it as devastating as possible, don't we? Just wait until we're about to walk out the door. Oh, by the way. This is funny how you just manoeuvring around to do stuff. He presses buttons on his own, but you've just got to get him into the right place. Go the right way. Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some
Horrible
gentlemen
tie.
from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Can't do that, so.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica. I'm just in pain here. Leave me alone.
Sciatica. Well, that's actually pretty bad, actually, so we could have waited.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
If I use intuition, I know what it's going to do. It's going to give me guilt or accuse. I can't do anything else. Or doubt and accuse, whatever it is for you now. Look. In July, or what month is it? If I knew what date it was, then I might be able to use that. Right, I'm going to accuse him anyway.
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Right, I've got this right.
Do you doubt my veracity, detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
Oh, we found a prescription, you idiot.
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine?
It's not illegal, detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
Oh, that's all right.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business.
We just said
she
this.
wanted to control her weight.
I don't know. I've forgotten what the question was. We've already used the Benzedrine, so it can't be that. So I'm just going to doubt him.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
So is that what doctors are supposed to do? You just go in and tell them to give you something, and they have to. I suppose if you're a beautiful girl, then that's the sort of thing you can do. I don't think I could get away with that. Oh, by the way. Sorry, dude. You can go back in now. I won't on the phone. The phone's lit up. Means we go to the phone. Do you mind if I just use this,
Operator,
please?
message for KGPL.
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Okay. Let's go, Roy. Let's go to Mal's and have him tell us that he was right. Which we sort of know anyway, because the morphine's there.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 cigarettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine.
Oh, it's a harmonica. Oh, yeah.
Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over.
Blimey.
They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mel. Thanks for the lead.
Oh, you have to do something, Royce.
Arnett is in interview too, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
Okay.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
Well, a good cop him last time, that was wrong. But I've got nothing on him, so doubt.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck on the shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married.
Nothing
It
on
wouldn't
him.
be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private. Heather won't have to know. Yes. We had relations.
Cool.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Bad cop accused.
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, Detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
Well, never each one. San Fran's on the west, isn't it? Isn't there? We just.
That's funny. Julia told her cleaning
Hey.
lady that he lived in San
Hey.
Francisco.
Nice one.
Okay, you got me. I don't know where he's from. Julia wanted money. She always wanted money. She thought she could get something from this guy.
She was wearing a distinctive engagement ring. You think she might have convinced him to buy it for her?
Maybe he did, yeah. Maybe he and Julia were getting serious.
Well, that's cool too. That's me so far. But
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
well, he's obviously suspicious, isn't he? So, bad cop.
So you wouldn't have any
Wait.
reason to believe
Oh,
that
no,
LeBlanc
sorry.
would be involved in Julie Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
Mary says he'll sing. If I guarantee he walks.
You're some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. Fighting 6th.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
That's obviously nonsense. Why would you just lie? Why do people lie like that? Yeah, I was in the
That
army.
son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
He's in that car at the lights.
Yeah, there we go. You'll never spot us here. Get some money.
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him and see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Where is he? How do we, there we go.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Smooth criminal. Cool. Anyway, where's he gone? He's crossing the road. Yep. Alright, cool.
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
Oh my God. It's Fabergé.
Fuckaloo.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over. The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
Aha, 600 clams. What's that? 600 clams. I assume a clam's $1. I got a trophy for some of them. Fake loot, I think it said. It's not open. Oh, it does open. Yeah. Dearest Beverly, with love and affection, always, J. Beverly. Oh, that's that girl, isn't it? So he's pawned his girlfriend's cigarette case. Cool.
Car 11K, 11 King, come in.
Go ahead, KGPL.
11K, go to Hollywood Station. Homicide detectives Bukowski and Galloway have information relating to the Randall case.
Roger, KGPL. 11K, en route.
Car 11K, car 11 King, come in.
Oh.
Car 11 King, go ahead.
R&I reports the last arresting officer for DOA Jimmy LeBlanc was Patrolman Fred Wallace, who's working a shift on Hollywood 9th Beat, Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Car 11K, en route.
Okay, where do we go first? I'll do him in order. But first, I'm gonna have a brew, I think. Pardon me.
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Is the cigarette case on there?
Oh, certainly is. Tap tap.
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud.
Right, we have to tap a few here, I think. Tap tap. Something else. Tap tap.
Julia Randall's ring. It's here.
Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox.
Bennies.
Even the engagement ring was purloined.
It is.
Arnett is a cad.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense second time through. Locations. Yeah, let's just do it in order. Oh, there.
Come on, let's give him a hand.
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the ear.
Is he down? There's one down, cool. Nice one.
Drop the guns.
You're clear. Go.
There's one here, isn't there? Oh shit. Ow, bollocks. Nearly went wrong. Get me through.
You're covered, Phelps.
All of them? No, one left. Where is he?
Kill a cop.
Nice. Can all get a bit out of hand sometimes, but that was reasonably smooth, although I did nearly die.
Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. We nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
Nice one, cheers, buddy. Person of interest, Willie. They will just break your legs. Yeah, one of the reasons...
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
Where are we going? Alright. Eavesdrom.
Nice house.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavesdrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
Certainly.
I am Mrs. Eavesdrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man, if you are returning 43 pieces of my property?
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
I thought Roy wanted one.
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, detective.
Haha, very droll.
A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
Don't think it was it? Check something. Fabergé cigarette case. Worth 10 grand. Right, so... we can accuse.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavesdrom?
Who do you think you are? Making heinous accusations in my own home.
Well, you've got above the elbow gloves on, so you're either very COVID conscious or just completely insane.
We recovered the cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied?
No, not really. Just lying.
Daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case. I think he was even more disappointed than I was when it was stolen.
So
What can you tell us about the burglary?
That terrible night, at least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
Pretty sure that's the good cop look. I think.
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr. Harold Stoneman and his lovely wife. I returned home and all of my things were missing.
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eastrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You've only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, mother and father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
Good idea. And yeah, this is starting to make a bit more sense now. Although... Go. Where are we going? No. Right, I think you can't hear the music.
We're missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging the burglaries.
That's my fiancé you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
Put a sock in it, sister. You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
Yeah, one of the reasons I noticed this was different is because every so often it gives you a trophy. There's a few missions that every so often give you a trophy. And it's because they're separate from the game. So they've got their own little trophy lists, and this is one of them. And yeah, if you get to this destination without crashing, then you get a trophy. So I'll just avoid crashing for this one, although I did get it on my last run through. Yeah, no, you don't. Although, like I say, second one, it's not that I can't remember the question, it's I can't remember what I answered last time. So I still get it wrong anyway. But yeah, I'm still a bit confused about the jewellery. So she's called Beverly, isn't she, this girl? And that cigarette case was given to her by Julia, I think, who got it off Arnett, who stole it off her mum, I think. Is that right? Hasn't she noticed? Didn't she notice? But then Arnett was trying to sell it in the pawn shop. So Julia gave it Beverly, and then Arnett stole it. Oh, right, yeah, that's right, okay, got it the right way around. Well, hang on, though. Because Arnett... I'll work it out at the end. It's going on a bit long, but I haven't crashed yet, so that's good. We're nearly there yet. Up here. So yeah, so that list of stolen items that have been stolen in the past year. Right, I don't know what date it is now actually, so... Oh, you idiot!
Son of a bitch!
I don't think it was Bloomy Trophy. Oh well. Although I've already got it, like I say. Yeah, so her engagement ring was stolen by Arnett, because that was on the list. But that means that Arnett's stolen half the things in LA that have been stolen this year. Oh, we're here. Ooh, somewhere in Stockport by the look of it. Apart from the palm trees.
Stop!
Don't kill him,
LAPD!
Cole. This guy's our case.
Go on,
Put your hands in the air!
Well, it doesn't normally stop you, does it? Right. Or us. It doesn't normally stop us. Either of us. Usually we just kill everybody. Oh, I could have slid down there, couldn't I? Damn. Did he go up it? Yeah.
Give it up! LAPD!
Bloody hell. No, don't lose your hat. That's the important thing. Oh shit. Oh, I've lost my hat. Oh shit. Oh, bugger. I remember now. I don't think I can avoid that, to be honest.
Looks like he got you good, Phelps.
Yeah, he really packs a wallop. How'd I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. You came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was Arnett?
He's coming round, too. He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
Okay.
Missing something, Henry?
Cigarello case. Maybe this all makes sense in a minute. Investigate the apartment. Well, obviously off somewhere. Mexico. Which we know anyway, don't we?
You told Heather you're honeymooning without her?
Good question, Cole.
Vacheron Constantine. That's an extremely expensive watch, Henry.
A graduation present from my parents.
Pretty sure you're lying, because I'm pretty sure that's on the list of stolen stuff. Oh, cool, music. Right, suddenly makes more sense. I thought she was called Beverly, the name on the cigarette case. But she's called Heather, so it was... You didn't give her a mum's stolen cigarette case. Okay.
We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
Right, I've done this a couple of times. So I should get it right this time.
You're lying, Henry.
Although the
How
last
can
question...
you prove that I'm involved, detective?
Yep, swallow that. Because I've got this.
Because you pawned a Fabergé cigarette case today for $600. A case that is on a list of stolen items.
It was Julia's idea. Get a list of society parties and find out where and when and then have the guests burgled. Julia was desperate for money. No matter how much we made, she always wanted more.
Motive.
Why did Reed and LeBlanc kill Julia Randall?
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. I was gonna marry Heather if she'd have me. Julia told the others that they were out, that she was gonna create a new gang.
You're lying, Arnett. I think you ordered them to kill her.
I can't remember what
It was made to look like suicide, and when the coroner saw through that,
Train
you knew
ticket.
it was time to run.
I told you I was involved in the burglaries. I had nothing to do with Julia's death. Why would I need to run?
You tell me, Buster. You're the one with the train ticket.
Have you told Miss Swanson that you're leaving for Mexico City tomorrow night? That it's a one-way ticket?
Henry? Tell me it isn't true.
I had no choice. I wanted to marry Heather. I told Julia I wanted out, and she laughed in my face. I had to pay Willie and Jimmy a fortune to do her, and now I'm completely broke.
What you are, Buster, is under arrest.
Doesn't take much to get
Who
in,
is
does it?
Henderson, and what is his involvement?
Tell them what you know, Henry. I'll stand by you if you'll only tell the truth.
There is no Henderson.
Right, I'm going to use an intuition, because this is the one I keep getting. God. I've done a couple of times now, and this is the one I'm stuck on. I think I may as well find out what it is. Remove an answer. I know it's not good, Con.
Tell me about your first burglary, and don't lie.
I can't remember. I don't keep a list of these things.
Oh, God. Surely that's the only thing that's got anything to do with anything.
Your first burglary was a Dr. Harold Stoneman.
right.
You want to explain how he is involved, or shall I?
Henderson is Stoneman. He was crazy about Julia. She could get him to do whatever she wished. He threw the parties, and we arranged the burglaries. Julia never let him touch her. She just kept him hanging on the promise. Drove the good doctor almost insane.
Henry Arnett, you are under arrest for burglary and for the murder of Julia Randall.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
It's 3, isn't it?
Hang on a moment, sister. Tell him it's Henry Arnett, and tell him it's urgent.
I can't do that.
Tell him, or I'll charge you with obstruction of justice.
Doctor, I'm afraid Mr. Arnett is here to see you, and he says it's urgent.
Send him in. I told you never to come.
Tell us the truth, Doctor.
Oh, dear.
I'm so glad you came. Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with grief. Do you know that I loved her? I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her.
Will you testify in court that Arnett and Randall did these robberies?
They organized the robberies. Julie would get the names of the guests attending my wife's parties. Didn't matter how much money I showered upon her, it was never enough. She never really cared for me.
Doctor, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
The practice. You'll call Dr. Gerard. No. Please don't cry. I want to see no one. Not my wife or my children, nor my friends. And I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key.
Uh-oh.
What have I done?
Ah!
Didn't see that coming.
We'll go. Use telephone. Show you your life can change very quickly.
Detective Bukowski says the suspect is named Wilson Willie the Wolf Reed, former wrestler. Last known address is an apartment building at the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Detective Bukowski says to meet them there.
On our way.
The guy in the white jacket who
We have an
brained me.
address for the runner.
Oh, sorry, though.
Let's try and wrap this up then.
He's around here somewhere. A big guy. Neighbors say he always wears basketball shoes and a cream jacket. And get this, the kids around here say he plays the harmonica.
Find a game well and have the commander set up a dragnet. We want the area closed off. We'll take this side of the street.
Okay, cool. He's down here. People getting down to the harmonica, cool.
Wilson Reed, LAPD, give yourself up.
Right, let's go. Right. No, go. This bit of music that's playing at the moment is very similar to a piece off Morrissey's Southpaw Grammar. It's in the first tune. Parents are afraid of the teachers. Teachers are afraid of the pupils, I think. Anyway, let's go up the chase. You can't hear it, so it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, talking about trophies, this there's a trophy for shooting all the letters off the sign, which I assume is this thing up here. What are we doing here? Ah, oop. Where's he gone?
Hold it.
Oh.
He's got to be around here somewhere. No place to go unless he grew wings.
There he is. Waste the son of a bitch.
First I'm going to take the signs. Cool. Got me trophy. And killed
Son
him.
of a bitch really picked a spot for it up here, didn't he?
Although why do we have to kill everybody? Can't we?
Julia Randall's folks are flying in from New York tomorrow to claim the body. I saw her on the slab. So perfect. Looked like she was made of porcelain. She really made an impression on me.
Julia had that impact on a lot of men.
Christ, it's cold. You guys did good work here today. Roy, I think you should buy your brother officers a drink.
I think that's a very good idea.
Do you now? That's very generous of you, Lieutenant.
Right. Got it in here. Oh, right, cool. 14 to 16. Oh, that's pretty good then. Distinguished. Yeah, it was the second time, so I'd have been embarrassing if I hadn't done better. But yeah, it's not remembering the questions, it's remembering what I got wrong last time. Yeah, these I think, what a DLC. They're not quite as smooth as the ones that are actually in the game. They're a bit different for some reason. But anyway, all good fun. Yeah, move on to the next one.